What's happening, fight fans around the world? I know how y'all are. I know y'all enjoy this thing of boxing. I know we play games and people have their issues and people have opinions. It's cool too. I got opinions and I'm allowed to say my opinions or speak my opinions. And if somebody was trying to send me a subliminal message, it worked. Because if you want to prove that you're better than me, I'm always better. Wide open, ready to go. It's called.
Career, he's really been hurt. He's gone down before one time, but there was a perfect left hand. Roy never saw it coming. Roy is out, and Roy may be out of boxing.
And that's why Tarver wanted to be the counterpuncher, because he answered Roy's right hand.
Floyd Mayweather has fired back after Roy Jones said the two of them should settle things in the ring. This came right after Jones appeared on the ATS Fight podcast and claimed Sugar Ray Leonard would have beaten Mayweather in a dream matchup. Jones said Leonard had more fight in him and a stronger mental edge than Floyd. He praised Leonard as a true warrior in the ring, saying people often underestimated him because he seemed like a nice guy. But according to Jones, Leonard had a ruthless side when it came to boxing, something he says Mayweather always lacked. The comment
Floyd Mayweather were to fight. And, I must say, Roy Jones is my favorite fighter ever. He's my favorite fighter ever. You guys know I was a huge fanboy and all those things. I've said it repeatedly. But if they were to fight, I'll be rooting on Floyd Mayweather, man. I can't. Listen, regardless of how many times I've criticized Floyd and his career or whatever, Tim T has always shown me love, man. Floyd Mayweather showed me.
Instead of speaking out in interviews or putting out a press statement, Mayweather kept silent and posted a video. The video showed clips of Roy Jones Jr. getting knocked out throughout his career by Antonio Tarver, Glenn Johnson, Danny Green, and Enzo Maccarinelli. Then the footage switched to Mayweather's luxurious lifestyle, exotic cars, private planes, diamond-covered watches, and a mansion-filled life. The message wasn't spoken, but it was loud and clear. Here's Roy getting dropped, and here's Floyd living undefeated and rich. No words needed. It was Mayweather's silent way of clapping.
Musty energy.
Lord child, the man Floyd Money Mayweather is watching video of Roy Jones getting knocked out. Yeah, man. Roy Jones absolutely getting cooked. And all this is because Floyd Money Mayweather is upset at Roy Jones Jr. for Roy saying that Floyd could not beat a prime Sugar Ray Leonard. Lord child.
3. Soon after the video started making headlines, word spread that Mayweather told his close friends he might be open to fighting Roy in an exhibition match. This marked a shift. He was no longer just throwing shade. He was thinking about stepping into the ring. People close to Floyd confirmed he's considering it seriously. While nothing's official yet, there are real talks happening. Roy responded, saying he's ready whenever Mayweather is. He questioned if Floyd actually wants to fight, or if he's just showing off. Jones said if Floyd's serious, then they should handle it the real way.
I think, he the greatest fighter all the time? Nah. Shabby was 80-0 at one point. 80. He could have retired at 8-0. You go ever top that? No. He just didn't stop, right? You got to 50 and you stopped because of Rocky Marciano.
Right.
So Rocky died. If he wouldn't die, he probably would have kept going too. So and then at the end, you fight a guy that's 0-0 for number 50. How can I respect?
This back and forth has reignited the long-running debate about both men's legacies. Roy Jones was once hailed as the most talented boxer of his time. He won titles from middleweight all the way up to heavyweight, impressing fans with his speed and flashy style. At his best, he looked unbeatable. But after jumping up to heavyweight and then dropping back down, his performance took a hit. He kept fighting too long, took some heavy losses, and ended up with several knockout defeats. His record is still solid, but those late career setbacks changed how some see him. Mayweather went a different route. He walked away at 50-0, was careful with who he fought, and never took too much damage. Critics argue he picked easy fights and took on legends past their prime. Still, he beat every opponent, avoided serious punishment, and stayed at the top for 2 decades. This argument between Floyd and Roy isn't really about Sugar Ray Leonard, it's about what greatness in boxing truly means. Roy thinks it's about taking on the biggest challenges, even if you lose. He mentions Leonard battling legends like Hagler, Hearns, and Duran. Leonard didn't retire with a perfect record, but he fought the best. Mayweather sees it another way. For him, being great is about winning, being smart, and staying unbeaten. He says his wins over names like Pacquiao, Canelo de la Hoya, and Mosley prove he didn't.
And one of the reasons why people watch him fight is not because he's like Mike Tyson, just goes out and destroys people. They like watching him fight because they hate him. Because he talks so much shit, and he's like, look at my $1 million watch, look at my fucking jet, look at my house, look at this. He's like constantly showing you all these things that he has. Like he'll lay out watches in a hotel bed, like this is $1 million worth of watches. This watch goes for $2 million. And they're like, this is my small watch that I take sometimes, but I want to show you, when I show up, I bring out the big boy and it brings out this watch that's covered in diamonds. It's like $5 million. And so you hate him.
This kind of back and forth isn't new. Back in 2018, Roy Jones took similar shots, saying Floyd wasn't the greatest and that his own peak years were more impressive. He admitted Floyd was the best at making money, but not necessarily the best in the sport. Floyd didn't react back then, but clearly he didn't forget it. So these latest comments about Leonard, they're just part of a long history. This time, though, Floyd responded. After his silent video hit social media, boxing outlets had a lot to say. TalkSport called it cold and calculated. Boxing News 24 called it harsh but effective. Some fans said Floyd had every right to defend himself. Others thought it was unfair to mock another legend's worst moments.
Why is the money so important? Why do you always come back to the dollars? People want to know.
Why not? I mean, everything you got on costs money. You can't take your wife on a date for free.
Is that how you measure your success?
No. Me, I'm loyal and honest, and I'm a good person, and I call a spade a spade. Money don't make me, I make money. And without money, I'd be the same person. I fought so many fights for free.
Jake Paul also added his opinion. He said Roy Jones Jr. had a better prime, but Mayweather was more steady across his whole career. Jake pointed out that Floyd avoided unnecessary damage while Roy took a lot of risks. Jake's opinion added more fuel to the fire, especially with younger fans. Even though he's not seen as a real boxing expert, his presence in the sport keeps growing. After Floyd's video dropped, fans started buzzing about a possible Mayweather versus Jones exhibition. Both have done exhibitions before. Mayweather has fought Logan Paul, John Gotti III, Tenshin Nasukawa, and others. He sees them as easy paydays. Roy faced Mike Tyson in 2020 in an 8-round exhibition. There were no official scores, but it got a huge...
Why not Floyd Mayweather? Why isn't he in the top 5?
Floyd Mayweather, he's running the whole 12 rounds and he won the fight.
Manny, who are the top 5 fighters you ever fought, you think?
Barrera, Morales, Marquez, De La Hoya, Cotto,
A fight between Mayweather and Jones wouldn't be about who's the better fighter. They've always been in different weight classes and are in very different shape today. Floyd has stayed in great condition since retiring, while Roy has put on weight and slowed down. But this wouldn't be about athletic performance. It would be about history, personality, and entertainment. And it would sell big. Both still have strong fan bases.
Still two different things. You know, he was a social media blowout. You know, he blew it away. You feel me? And that fit his character because he could do it.
There's no signed deal yet and no official date has been announced, but both sides are clearly interested. If it does happen, it'll follow typical exhibition rules, shorter rounds, no scoring, and extra safety precautions. Still, this would be Mayweather's biggest exhibition so far. Unlike Logan Paul or Gotti III, Roy Jones is a Hall of Fame legend and once considered the best fighter in the world pound for pound. The excitement would come from their legendary careers, their different approaches to the sport, and the current rivalry. Behind the scenes, both teams are paying close attention to how fans are reacting. If interest keeps growing, it could push the match closer to reality. Floyd's team knows how to keep the spotlight, and this drama is doing exactly that. Roy says he's ready if Floyd is. Nothing confirmed.
I would not be able to take credit for beating Pacquiao after he got knocked out by Marquez, because that's not the same Pacquiao.
Of course.
That's not the Pacquiao at the top of his game. But in society today, we'll call that person the best fighter ever.
All of that gives a deeper meaning to Floyd's quiet video. It wasn't just a random post. It felt like the result of years of Roy taking jabs at him. By showing those knockout clips, Floyd was sending a message: I've been watching and keeping score. Every time Roy took a shot at him over the years, Floyd remembered. And now, when the timing felt right, he answered back his way. He didn't tag Roy, didn't mention his name. He just dropped the video on Fight Hype like he always does, and followed it up with footage of yachts, supercars, watches, and mansions. TalkSport called the move cold and said fans were left guessing. Was Floyd taunting Roy, or was this the build-up to a real fight? Boxing News 24 said it felt petty, especially for someone known to be so calculated. Still, a lot of fans saw it as classic Mayweather, flashy, strategic, and impossible.
Still for two different things. You know, he was a social media blowout. You know, he blew it away. You feel me? And that fit his character, because he could do it, you know, and do things the way he did it. He was smarter. I wanted to play King of the Hill. He didn't care to play King of the Hill. He wanted to play King of the Field, which he did.
Roy Jones Jr. wasn't about to let that slide. After Floyd's video went viral, Roy hit back on social media. He challenged Floyd to back up his talk and settle it in the ring. Roy didn't back down from his original comments about Sugar Ray Leonard. In fact, he stood by them even more. He saw Floyd's video not as a clever response, but as an over-the-top reaction. Roy believes real greatness isn't about staying undefeated, especially if it means avoiding danger. He made it clear, legacy comes from facing.
If you haven't understood how I believe Devin Haney is more of a GOAT than Floyd Mayweather, I'll break it down one more time. Floyd Joy Mayweather Jr. at 25 had 29 wins, no losses. Devin Haney at 25 has 31 losses. Which one is more? It's a basic numbers game. I don't care if you're a Floyd fan, if you're a Devin Haney fan, it's a basic numbers game. So break it down. That's two more. Devin Haney wins that.
This is really what it all comes down to, the way people define greatness. Roy Jones Jr. represents the kind of boxing that values taking big chances, going up in weight classes, scoring flashy knockouts, and stepping into risky fights. He won titles from middleweight all the way up to heavyweight, even beating John Ruiz for the WBA heavyweight crown. Roy didn't care about keeping a perfect record. He chased legacy, not just wins. For him, true greatness meant pushing limits, not playing it safe.
Easy that everybody keep asking me, why you not coming back to fight? Why you not coming back to fight? So I look at the fight game, I said, okay. I said, you know, fighters fighting, they make 3 million, 4 million, 6 million, 7 million. Some may make 10 or 20 million. But I'm doing exhibitions and I'm making 20, 25 million, 100 million for exhibitions. So why would I come back and fight?
Floyd Mayweather looked at it another way. His undefeated record came from being smart, timing fights perfectly, staying in control, and knowing when and how to take each opponent. He stayed healthy, signed the right deals, and always made sure the odds favored him. He beat major names like Canelo, Pacquiao, De La Hoya, and Mosley, became champ in 5 different weight classes, and walked away without ever being beaten. For Floyd and his supporters, greatness means being flawless, no losses, no damage, just long-term domination. That's really what Roy was getting at when he said Sugar Ray Leonard was mean and Floyd wasn't. He wasn't saying Floyd lacked skills. He meant Leonard had that old-school toughness that would have made Floyd dig deeper than ever.
Floyd, but it seems like everybody's afraid to have that to have a 1 or a 2 where the O used to be. Ali lost. Sugar Ray lost. Hagler lost. Hearns lost. These guys lost. When did the O become the end all be all?
I think Mayweather, you know, and how he made it big to the public. Like 47.
But now this back and forth is making people wonder if there's more to the story. Floyd's already done several exhibition matches with Logan Paul, Tenshin Nasukawa, and John Gotti III. Roy Jones Jr., now 55, fought Mike Tyson in an exhibition back in 2020 and has said he's still open to more, maybe even with Jake Paul. A Floyd versus Roy match might seem unlikely. They fought in different weight classes, peaked at different times, and have totally different approaches. But in today's boxing world, where hype sells, logic doesn't.
That's how Floyd is. He's very.
Do you think he's the great? You think he's the greatest? One of the greatest
Every
ever?
great fighter in the world says technically there's nobody better.
Yeah.
Every single.
Easily the best counter puncher.
No,
of all time.
every great
Best
fighter in the world says there's nobody better. But when you're talking about wins,
right?
Not the best heavyweight champ is Mike Tyson.
Right.
I think, right? Like the scariest guy, because his force is just so.
It's insane.
Yeah,
but Logan having almost beat Floyd, that's got to put him in the top three. Top three greatest.
Floyd's message has always been the same. If there's big money and low risk, he's in. Roy, for his part, is still hitting the gym, staying in shape, even if his chin isn't what it used to be. So now fans are asking, could this heated exchange actually lead to a high-paying, low-stakes exhibition match? Considering how much cash Floyd has made off past unsanctioned bouts, it's not hard to imagine. No titles on the line, no rankings, just two legends putting on a show.
See, they're upset because I'm able to milk the game. I was smart, kept all my faculties, made a lot of smart investments. So, when great people like Warren Buffett, Bill Gates, the Waltons, the people that own Walmart and Walgreens, when they're getting money in their 50s, their 60s, their 70s, 80s, and even 90s, it's okay.
Social media is a big piece of this too. Floyd knows exactly how to work it. That silent video he posted wasn't random, it was made for the internet. A highlight reel of his knockouts, mixed with his luxury lifestyle, instant viral hit. It set off debates across Twitter, Reddit, and TikTok. Fans started comparing the two fighters, arguing over who really deserves the GOAT title. Even boxing experts were split. Some said Floyd was just answering Roy's jab at Leonard, while others thought the post showed Floyd still doesn't take criticism well. Either way, it lit up the boxing world and got everybody talking.
If you let him move around and do what he want to do, he's going to beat you because he's very explosive and he's very mean.
I was going to say mean too.
To me, people don't give him enough credit. People always say, well, Floyd would beat Sugar. No, baby, Floyd is not as nearly as mean as Sugar was.
You don't think he would have beat him?
How? How you going to keep him off on him? Sugar is a dog. Just because his name's Sugar don't mean nothing. Sugar is a dog. People don't give him enough credit for that. You got to think, this in around, between round 13 and 14, I think, Angelo Dundee said, you're blowing it, son. Sugar Leonard got went there and put these things on Tommy Hearns.
Longtime followers of Mayweather know this is how he rolls. He doesn't respond with interviews or go back and forth online. Instead, he drops a slick video or a glamorous photo to remind everyone he's still watching, still in control. Roy Jones Jr. hasn't backed down either. He's still saying what he believes, that real greatness means taking real risks. And he's not alone. Many fans and insiders believe Roy's incredible skill and fearless attitude made him truly great, even with a few losses. Others think Floyd's perfect record, his unmatched defense, and ability to stay on top make him the best ever.
Okay, well, we want to know, in the least amount of fights, I didn't have to have 70 fights or 150 fights, 300 fights. Did I not beat the most world champions?
Yes, you did.
Okay. And in the least amount of fights?
Yes, you did.
Who got the highest gate?
Floyd Mayweather.
Who made the most money?
You did.
Who was the most accurate fighter of all time?
You were.
So it's basically saying that...
The greatest of all time.
Okay.
All right.
The biggest result of all this back and forth? The GOAT conversation is back. Every era sees greatness differently. Guys like Leonard, Duran, Hearns, and Hagler fought each other during their prime. They didn't duck tough fights. They lost, they bounced back. Floyd, on the other hand, played it smart. He beat everyone, but often on his terms, sometimes when his opponents were past their peak. That's what keeps the debate alive. Is greatness about having a spotless record, or about the courage to take risks? thanks to Floyd and Roy's back and forth, that question is back in the spotlight.
I believe in building generational wealth. Even like when my children, all four of my children are adults. And I told them, no more handouts. Because I feel like I'm hurting my children just by, I give them money, they go shopping, they put gas in their car, they party, they come back, I need money. I give them money, I buy them houses, I buy them cars. Told them, listen, if you guys go to school or you work in one of my businesses, then you can branch off, get your own business.
What started with one comment about Sugar Ray Leonard has turned into a much bigger talk about legacy, respect, and how we remember boxing history. Floyd fired back without saying a word. Roy answered with more words. And just like that, the boxing world is divided again. Everyone's choosing sides in a fight that may never even happen in the ring. So, what's your opinion on all this? And if Floyd and Roy really did square off, even just for fun, what do you think would happen?